Lesson 2, listening tours. Collecting quantifiable data is essential. It's a pretty clear and straightforward way to understand your stakeholders, but it can be a bit distant, lack context, and void of human touch. A method of getting precise qualitative data is by talking directly to people through listening sessions. Listening sessions can occur as a focus group or one-on-one meetings. They can help people process their experience, investigate power relationships within the workforce, or gather information about behavior and systems. Listening tours are helpful for getting to know your employees and external stakeholders and gathering perspectives before making significant changes. This isn't about simply ensuring people get information off their chest, or for you to say you are engaged with your community and employees without any action or accountability. Is your organization ready to do something about what they said? Are you willing to think about how to apply the information you received? The people you engaged with took time out of their day to talk with you and chose to be vulnerable with the expectation that you will do something with their information. If you don't, it can cause more harm. It compromises trust and can appear performative. You as a senior leader and your organization can lose credibility. Be sure to follow up with meaningful comments to increase a sense of belonging and be clear about the next action steps. Your emotional intelligence is instrumental in these scenarios. Continue to work on your self-awareness and awareness of your impact on others. Activity. Create an outline that would shape your conversation during your listening tour. You will follow the 8 components of creating an impactful message as you did in a previous module, but with some minor changes. 1. Describe your communication objectives. Determine the high-level goals of your conversation. 2. Determine the detailed main topics you want to cover. What information do they have that is important to your work? Why do you need it? How will you use it? 3. List your target groups. Who are the different constituents that should be included in your listening tours? Donors, artists, staff, leaders in granting institutions, or someone else? Connect the list of topics to appropriate groups. 4. Determine the communication channels you will use. Will you talk with them over a virtual platform? Invite them to your organization. Meet them at their home. 5. Develop a timeline. When do you plan to have these conversations? Over what period of time? 6. Create milestones. How many people do you want to listen to by what time? How many organizations will participate? 7. Reward and recognize. How will you thank them for their participation? 8. Evaluate effectiveness. How would you determine success? Is there a percentage of people you want to speak to within each target group? What is that number? And what's the process you use to determine it? You can't understand your community through assumptions. We are not all in the same boat. Many of us are in the same storm. Social unrest, fiscal uncertainty, or a global pandemic, but experiencing it differently because we all do not have the same resources. Some of us have canoes in this storm, some of us have yachts, and some of us just have life rafts. An equitable leader understands that you cannot give everyone the same solution. The people in the canoes do not need the same help as those in the yachts. You also should prioritize the safety of those with just life rafts over others. Giving people what they need where they are can only happen if you are in conversation with the people in the storm. Making determinations from a far-off vantage point with no intimate connections lessens the likelihood that you will make effective decisions for the people you serve. To build truly equitable policies, your stakeholders need to be at the table with you and have a say in the organization's direction. Listening tours provide a human approach that helps to build mutually beneficial relationships. You have successfully completed this module. Complete the activity and the quiz, then meet me in the next module.